time for another trip.
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is.
So we're mixing it up a little bit this week. We're going to Baltimore and we're actually flying there instead of driving. So I just got to the airport here in Detroit, getting ready to go to my gate check-in and all that good stuff. So I'll check in a little bit. To Baltimore. Flight had a few bumps in the beginning. I'm not a great flyer, but after that it smoothed out, so we're all good. Gonna meet up with my sister. Plans for this weekend are a bit vague, so we gotta figure that out, but we'll see what happens. Happy to be in Baltimore. Good morning from Baltimore. Yesterday was kind of simple. Just kind of went out and grabbed some pizza, went to a movie for the first time in forever. And today is a little different. We're doing a sports doubleheader. You're looking at me funny. This isn't helping. And today we're doing a sports doubleheader. First one on the bracket here is we got crap. Second attempt just outside the seat without my sister making funny faces at me. We're on our way to a really random tennis tournament, so we just needed to find a way to fill the day before the main event, which is the Tigers game down in Baltimore. So we got a little bit of a journey ahead here. We had to take a car ride, now we're taking the metro to some type of shuttle to a random tennis tournament we know nothing about, but hey, maybe it'll be fun. So let's go. Finished dinner, one of the best pizzas I've had in Baltimore. Now we're heading out to the Tigers game at Camden Yards. This is one of my favorite ballparks around. It's fantastic. So the Tigers might not be great tonight, but this stadium really is. Thank you. Just landed in Detroit, and to mix it up with this third vlog here, since the first day is kind of similar to the second day, I figured I'd tell this story from the end and kind of work it back to how I ended up back here in Detroit. So Sunday, my sister and I woke up a little bit early and decided to try out a new brunch place in Baltimore. It was actually really good. 2 thumbs up to Golden West Cafe. So after just getting stuffed on pancakes, my sister and I went down to the harbor and took a quick walk. You know, this can be a little bit of a touristy region. It's really full, but it's right on the water and it can be really pretty. Today it was really sunny, hot, but with a a little bit of time before the Tigers game, we decided to go to one of my favorite spots in Baltimore, Federal Hill. Federal Hill's on the other side of the harbor, so you're walking through Inner Harbor and you can see Federal Hill. It's this big mound, like an old fort that would just sit atop the town. Now all that's left is this mound. So we walked that other side of the harbor, walked up a bunch of stairs, and once you get up that set of stairs though, it just becomes an amazing view. You can see the whole harbor, and you can see it's all hustling and bustling. Today was just so beautiful. The sun was out, and you could tell everybody was out having fun, even on the volleyball courts. So after visiting Federal Hill, we made our way back to Camden Yards. Kind of similar to Saturday, but we really wanted to go again because the Tigers had just made a bunch of moves on the trade deadline, and they had a brand new pitcher they were getting ready to debut, and it ended up being a great game. JD Martinez hit a home run, and the Tigers won, which was much better than the result we had on Saturday. So after visiting Camden Yards for the second time, my sister and I, we basically just went home quickly. I packed up my stuff and I headed back over to the airport to head home. BWI can always be kind of a mixed bag, and today was no different. A massive security line, which was a real treat, but I got through that security line just in time to get to the terminal. And just my luck this year, this is my first time this has ever happened, I got my first upgrade to first class. That was the first time I had sat in first class, so I was actually really, really happy. But once the flight took off, I kind of went back to my normal abject terror, just because I'm a terrible flyer. But, for those first 5 minutes, it was great. But, in the end, the flight settled out and I was doing all right. I could watch some movies. But, like usual, I was a little nervous on that flight. And then we landed and I got back to where you just saw me in the airport. And thanks to a little movie magic, I'm back home in Ann Arbor. It was a fantastic weekend in Baltimore, and I can't recommend a visit there enough. My sister and I had a lot of fun, and the weather was perfect for us. And that's basically it for Vlog 3, but before wrapping up, I actually wanted to take a little time and talk about the things I've learned in vlogging so far. So keeping with the theme of 3, I want to talk about 3 things I've learned in vlogging.
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is.
So number 1. Music. It's actually trickier than I expected. Due to the fact that I want these videos to stay on YouTube, I have to make sure I have music that's licensed for Creative Commons so that I can actually take it, put it in my videos and edit it on some level so that I can share it with people. So, to avoid it sounding completely like elevator music, this actually takes a lot more time than I expected. And that kind of leads me into point number 2, time commitment. I knew when I took this on, it would be a lot more difficult than I expected. And one of the ways it's been more difficult is just how much time I have to commit to this. So far, it's kind of only gotten taken more time, and the hope is eventually to take less time. I can get faster at editing, more comfortable making the movie, and last week was a complete fair. Technology issues galore. The hope is maybe this video will be a little bit smoother, but that's something I discovered is, yes, you expect it to take a lot of time, but it actually takes even more time than you ever expected. And point number 3 is self-confidence. It's actually something I struggle with all the time, and a weakness that vlogging makes even more difficult. You have to feel comfortable putting a camera in front of yourself in public spaces, and me being very self-conscious, I can always tell when somebody's shaking their head. But with vlogging, you just have to get over that fear and become really self-confident in yourself, in the process, and the product you're creating. And it's something I'm working on every day to get better at so that I can make these interactions with the camera much, much more personal and become more interactive with it. So that's 3 things I've learned so far, and there's a ton more I've learned, but I wanted to reduce it to 3 big ones. Maybe as this process goes along, I'll share some more things I'm learning about, and hopefully as the process goes on also, these things will get better. But thanks for tuning into vlog number 3. That's a wrap.